here we are in the year 2020.
What's that? A new Pixarspective episode?
What? What? Yes, but what?
The best podcast of 2019 is back?
Yes. You bet. Yeah.
Welcome, weary travelers, to Pixarspective episode 22. Oh my god.
I don't know about you, but Pixarspective's feeling 22.
We're back with a brand new episode because we got to rewatch a Pixar film episode. We got to rewatch a Pixar film, and thus we can discuss it properly, and most importantly, we can rank it.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for that one. It's been so long.
And what is that Pixar film?
Onward.
Onward.
2020's Onward. It is what was supposed to be the first of two 2020 Pixar films.
Yes.
Oops.
I was right.
Yes.
Flaunt.
Yes.
Go ahead, Wash. Put the clip where I predicted it right here. Anyway.
Yes.
We are doing an episode of Onward because we got to watch it earlier than expected, because honestly, you know why. You all know why.
Yes. Onward is makes the. I mean, we kind of talked about it in the original. At least although at the time it didn't quite get this bad. But Onward is an odd one out in terms of the Disney films because it was one of the last films to go out in the theaters since the shutdown, and it's an odd honor. And what it also meant is that we talked about it, is that it had the lowest opening for any Pixar film, lower than lower than Good Dinosaur.
Life isn't fair. It's not fair. Wow, my microphone is just
you're like went way bad.
You way peaked.
You like negative peaked.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Anyway, March 2020, this film came out. We talked about it, I think a week or two after it came out. I think a week after. We talked about it with our with the friend of the podcast, Count Rancid. Had a lovely chat, and we were expecting it to come out in, I don't know, like maybe like end of summer, something like that, like long while later.
But
instead, since it came out in theaters, that means that Disney didn't have to worry about upsetting any like theater companies like AMC and Regal Theaters, and they could just put it straight to Disney Plus and all the other platforms.
Which they did. As we said earlier, there was another Pixar film that's supposed to come out next month, even. Nope. Disney is probably mostly finished, but Disney is not gonna test the AMC or Regal Theaters or any of those. They're just gonna delay everything until we don't know when. As of this recording, we genuinely do not know when Soul is supposed to come out. Exactly. We don't. And I had a feeling it was gonna get delayed. I am right.
This again.
I'm sorry, I gotta mention it, but I did not want it to be delayed, but it did.
But you just had to say it anyway.
Yep.
I mean, the reason I believe you had said it is just because, like, when Pixar does plan out two films, one of them gets delayed.
I've noticed that. Unless,
man,
when
is
it doesn't,
random the cause of all this?
Yes.
All like this global pandemic? Is this the cause of a one-off joke from RandomBystanderHere?
Oh, I wish I had the ability to stop it. Because I remember the last time I saw them do like two films in 1 year was Good Dinosaur and Inside Out, and that was.
But I'm sure they were more prepared this time. What they weren't prepared for was a global pandemic. And
I mean, who really is?
honestly. Well, let's not get into that. We're going to talk about Onward, because we all rewatched it on Disney Plus. Yes.
We did. We all watched Onward, and it was Onward.
It was Onward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does any of us have anything to like share about like that experience of watching it, or can we?
How do I drive this thing? Put in an O for Onward.
I like that. I wrote that joke down. That was a funny joke.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was like, what a weird way to title drop.
Yeah. The movie was really about Guinevere.
Yes.
Yeah, they put quite a lot on Guinevere.
That's honestly, we were talking about the world building a lot in the first impressions, and still a big problem with the film for me. But out of everything, I think one of my favorite parts of the film, world building wise, is that you have a trusty, reliable stallion named after a medieval thing, and it's just like a put together truck.
It's a van. It's a van.
Literally. It's a van.
It's like a handmade van almost.
It's held together with duct tape and a lot of prayers. And there's something, and it's even like its demise is very, I find very funny, because it's like as we were saying, like O for Onward, which is literally like Barley just duct taped the D and just put an O on it. Just because it helps him to get in the mood when he's like driving.
Exactly.
That. Yeah,
exactly.
But like when it goes into the demise, like it's the classic sort of like what's the film? Never-ending Story, when the horse dies. It's that same sort of like emotional build-up, but it's playing on like a rock opera. and like it's like driving off, powered only by like a cinder block or something like that on the gas pedal. And
I think a rock.
Yeah, it was just a rock. And one of the tires popped, which made it like gallop.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's pretty cute. I like that.
Yeah. They had fun with that. You could tell that they were fans of fantasy and definitely fans of like D&D culture.
Oh god,
I said this in the first impressions, but I still strongly feel that they blended it in really well. First time watching this movie, I didn't know what a gelatinous cube was. I didn't think they took it from D&D.
And as I think Rancid even pointed it out, that like in the credits, like it's credited. They actually specifically say thank you to what's the company that makes the company that makes the Dungeons and Dragons, thanking them for gelatinous cube and one other thing that just completely escaped my memory right now.
Gelatinous cube is just more memorable.
Gelatinous cube is more memorable. I
legitimately had a good laugh when they encountered the gelatinous cube, and Bartley was like, "Oh no, it can't
be." As someone, I literally, when I saw this film in theaters, literally hours later, I participated in my first D&D campaign, and now that I've done a couple more D&D sessions after that, I started to get a lot more of the jokes, a lot more of the D&D like style they were going for.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, this is kind of Pixar's love letter to D&D. At least Barley is. Their love letter.
Yeah, they're definitely. It could very well be interpreted as like, oh, nerdy, but you could tell that there's some genuine like love, like in the beginning of the film, like it's Barley's introduction. I'm pretty sure. Which Ian is trying to like put the table aside so he can eat some cereal, and Barley is like, "Don't you dare disrupt an active campaign!" And it's like, yeah, that's D&D.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember when I first saw it in the theaters and we were talking about it. Not much stood out as like super clever to me. Most of it I felt was by the plot of the movie is very by the numbers, but there are some things that I like. I talked about Guinevere. I really like that. I like when they're in the tunnel or whatever, and they need something to float on the water so that they can go fast, they have cheese puffs, so they make the cheese puff big and they make that go fast, and it's like they can eat the cheese puff while they're going because it's still edible. They have an edible boat. That's cool.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think the best scene of the movie, start to finish, was on. I don't know if we talked about this in the first impression. Shame on us if we didn't. Was when Ian was crossing that bottomless pit.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, I think we did talk about
that whole movie.
I think we did talk about
that. That was incredible.
I don't remember talking about that, but yeah, oh my god, it's such a good scene. Yeah, it's one of the most tense parts of the movie, too.
I remember first time watching it, it was just like
So two things, like, it's really great growth for Ian, but also I think that's the first part of the movie where it's like, that's the seeds of Bartley being, you know, the person that pushed Ian to be the better person that he winds up becoming in the end. That's like the first time I really felt that.
Yeah.
You know, when Ian's saying, I can't do it, and how do you even know before you even take your first step? He's still nervous. Bartley goes, hey, you got this.
Yeah.
And that's like that encouragement, that blind encouragement was what Ian needed.
I mean, you can argue the driving scene is technically that first, but this is the one where it's not like a rushed chase scene that actually like is probably more impactful.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. Yeah, it's really a good scene. We're kind of going out of order, but I'm okay with this.
Onward is very inconsistent.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I remember when we were talking about it in the first impression, we just kind of had the idea that like, oh, it's just kind of like the same level of quality from like, it's a fun climax, but otherwise it's very consistent in terms of quality start to finish. Polar opposite this time. I thought this movie had some really good highs and some really bad lows.
Yeah.
What were the do we want to go into the bad low? Do we still want to talk into a positive?
Yeah, we're on the note of the positive. Well, I've talked about my positives. You two can talk about
that. Was a good positive, though. That was honestly one of the most.
Yeah, I say it's the highlight of the whole movie. I really like that scene a lot.
Yeah, you can actually see like Barley like encouraging him, but also like fearing for his brother's life, like in his eyes, and I'm like, holy crap!
Just don't turn around. Like he's actually like crying. He's so afraid.
Oh my god!
But he's still pushing it. He's still encouraging him.
Yeah. Because if he doesn't, he's dead.
Yeah.
And then literally, as soon as he finds out the rope is gone, he's just like...
He almost falls because he sees the rope is gone. But he made it just far enough that he could still pull the lever.
Oh, and that was like a...
I needed that rope, but did you?
Yeah, perfect.
That's so funny.
I needed that rope. Exactly, yes.
Like it's so funny that because like Barley, like we said, like Barley is like she's like crying with fear, and then like when they finish it up, he's like, oh, I think you had this perfectly.
It fits.
Yeah.
All right, that's a positive I'll name. I like the chemistry between Ian and Barley. I do. I think they work well together.
I noticed it a lot more this time around.
Me too.
Probably more later in the story than in the beginning. Like, I think it takes a lot. I know they're trying to do the whole, they're brothers, but one's embarrassed about the other. But I think, and I wish it could have just gotten to the point where they were, like, actively cooperating sooner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because honestly, like you said, once it gets to that bridge scene, that's when I really enjoyed them more as characters together. And the rest was just like, oh, I've seen this before. He's embarrassed about his brother.
Oh, God. That scene in the beginning of the movie when he's trying to talk to the kids in that science club of his that he was in.
Yeah.
And then Bartley comes in the car. Oh.
It's
that whole montage-ish, whatever you want to call it, of Ian being like, I'm gonna change starting today. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm gonna be a better person.
Look, Ian, I already lived through this every single first day of the year. I don't have to watch this again.
I thought you were gonna say like Ian. I get it. I know what Save the Cat is. You got it.
Well, yes, that too. But that's the whole movie.
It's that's an issue we can talk about a little later.
Yeah. Going back to positives, especially near like I think later, more like the third act, or at least no, I would say like around the halfway point of the film. That's when I really enjoyed both of the characters working together, and I really thought they cooperated the best, and I thought they showed the best in each other, and I enjoyed them together a lot more in this one. It was a Pixar buddy duo that, and Pixar's good at that. They've been doing it for years. And
I think what helps Ian and Barley stand apart, and I mean this is ultimately winds up tying into the moral of the movie. The difference is that they're brothers.
Yes.
They're not. I mean, it's buddy. It's buddy. That's the setup. But it's not that they're buddies. They're brothers.
They're family. They're blood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And seeing Ian treat Barley as a screw up to pretty much have him as a role model, it works. It can work. And I think while Onward does have some moments where I'm like, really, you're doing this? There's some moments where it's effective.
Mm. What other like Pixar films do we have about that kind of explores this? Like Brave is probably the closest. It's like a mother-daughter. Like is there another one?
We have a movie that's about a family, like a whole family, but this
The Incredibles.
This where it's not so much about the whole family, but it's about a certain dynamic within the family.
Yeah, exactly.
Brothers.
Yeah, brothers and just siblings. Like
you don't.
And what's especially unique about Onward is that you can think of a lot of movies that are about two brothers, but it's about two brothers that lost their father and are looking for a way, even if it's just for a couple of hours, to get to see him again.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a shared goal of it's a very sad shared goal. Of like wanting to reunite with their father. And of course they as it goes on, there's definitely some strain as they're going through the adventure, and they just start to like it's like the issues start to really like clash with each other. That Ian is very scared. He kind of wants to take things safe. And Barley is not scared, and he just really wants to have like he's very dreamy in terms of like wanting to go for the big adventure, even not in like clear how useful that was. Like the thing with the like when he tried to like explain it's like mansplaining to pixies.
Oh yeah.
He mentioned that it's like you didn't let me like handle the pixies. It's like the pixies were gonna like kill you. Like he was just digging himself deeper. I wasn't clear on that at all. But that's another thing with the pixies. Positive.
I know another problem with the pixies.
Yeah.
Positive. Sure. Here's my positive. It's probably cheap, but Colt Bronco. God.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing, but it makes me laugh every single time.
Keep working hard. We're hardly working.
we talked about in the previous episode that it's kind of a blend between a horse neigh and how an actual person might laugh, and it's a very fun combo. And I think that I would have liked to see like a bit more on the dynamic with the Colt Bronco and the brothers, because they definitely have some like gap between them.
I think they missed an opportunity, because in the beginning they Barley's like, oh, you could have run 75 miles an hour, and he's like, no, I don't need a car. Yeah. And then at the end he just suddenly runs.
Yeah.
I feel like they missed an opportunity where they could have him grow.
Me too. I was like, past the climax, that whole ending sequence just felt like, how can we tie the most generic knot around this whole story?
Generic knot is a good way of putting it. Yeah, that's a little sad that it's just like, and I mentioned before how
the world building, like with the Colt Bronco's car not being fit for a Centaur. It's like, why not just build like cars specifically for but Colt Bronco himself, he's pretty funny. And also there's like I'm giving you until the count of three.
Yeah.
He's also very caring, like all the time. He's like, "Oh my god!" Like whenever he's on the phone with the mother, I forget her name, and something happens. He's like, "What's going on? Are you all right?" And I'm just like, "Oh, that's sweet."
He cares.
Laurel is the name of the mother.
Thank you. I completely forgot her name.
I have the Wikipedia page in front of me just in case.
It's been a while since we had to look at the wiki for names.
Yeah.
Your name.
Your name. So, that's my thing at least. We want to get into the. Is there anything else we have before we just get into some of?
I mean, do we want to say
have more positives? But
there was some more. It's not. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not bad. I wouldn't call this movie bad.
No.
No, when I saw it for the first time, I remember saying in the first impressions, I thought it was a good movie, and I still think that.
Yeah, I still think that too.
So the movie started. I was kind of surprised I was getting kind of into it. You know, that opening speech, it was like, all right, a little generic, but, you know, it's setting the stage. The idea that people wouldn't use magic because there's something more convenient. You know, I'm getting into this, not bad. And then the dragon appeared.
Oh, the dog?
Dog. I hate this thing.
You hate the Disney trope of everything being dogs that aren't dogs?
I hate it. I love dogs. I hate Disney dogs. Can we please get another animal?
Not a cat. Like a cat. Like what about like a dragon that like hates you?
A dragon that does anything except walk around the house like
Yeah.
a stupid dog?
They've been doing this sort of thing at least since Tangled. At least.
Oh,
Yes.
it's been well since.
It's been well before that, but
yeah.
Tangled was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Tangled was the big one.
Tangled was the first example I could think of a not dog being a dog with Maximus and the horse.
Yeah.
If there's probably others, I just can't think of them.
No. I mean, they did change it up by making the horse become a van. So
yes, that is
one
true.
up on Tangled.
I kind of agree. I was actually getting into the opening and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why I'm getting into this time better than the last time I saw it in theaters. And then it got to the family, and I'm just like, yeah. It just felt like Save the Cat. It felt like Save. It felt formulaic.
It felt formulaic, and I know I mentioned this, that it really was patting itself on the back with all of that setup, that so obvious setup.
I still can't believe they didn't tell the mother before they left.
Yeah, I mean they left a note.
Like that. Though they'll have to be back with a mind-blowing surprise. Like, they're just gone.
And they, like, leave a wreck in the room, so she assumes the worst.
Yeah, Ian's phone is cracked, the room's a mess, Barley's cards are everywhere, and they're just like, oh, we'll be back!
Yeah, why not? I get that there's, like, a ticking clock, but you can at least communicate. Like, you do have phones. I think that, like, they cracked their phones just so they could, like, have no excuse for to have an excuse of like, hey, why don't they just call or something like that? Like what? Yeah, like
I mean, you got to figure, even if they, I mean, they might have a house phone, but even if they don't, wouldn't Barley have a cell phone?
Would he though?
And wouldn't Ian have said, "Oh, we should tell Mom"?
And the this is like towards the end, but I know I mentioned this. It's like, why did it take like Corey and the mom like all day to go back to where they started, to the high school?
That too.
Yeah. That part is like, they want to go for that twist, fine, but then you have like you had like other people like chasing after, and like, why?
Do we have anything to add on the Pixies, or can we just like skip that?
They were probably my least favorite thing about the movie.
Same. Maybe the kids not telling the mom that they left. Maybe I like that less, but like that's it.
No, I still think the Pixies are worse. I'm sorry, they were annoying.
They are. I mean, I'm not disagreeing on what you're saying.
The only good they had with the Pixies was, I mean, the only use they really had was that it forced Ian to learn to drive, and it eventually inspired the Corey and Laurel to fly. Was like, why? They said it's like, oh, my wings aren't what they used to be, but it's like they didn't exercise or anything like that. They didn't like, hey, my wings work now, let's get going. It was just like she was just reminded of like, oh yeah, we can fly, so why don't we?
Yeah. I don't like the Pixies. I think they were just annoying. They just got angry at everything you said, or someone would say. I'm just like, at least make something likable about them.
Yeah, it's
exactly. And they have that obnoxious, small, like high-pitched squeak.
Yeah, and it's
the joke is that they're small, they're angry, but they sound high-pitched. That's funny.
That hasn't been done before.
Yeah. I remember when we were talking about
in Up.
And Up. Well, I was talking about in the.
I know what you're talking about. Actually,
what was it? Oh, and in the finale episode, we were talking because at the time, Onward and Soul were still like in the horizon, and I know Kirby at the time had seen the trailer, and she was saying like, oh, it's not very good, and I would still have some hope for it. It's Pixar in a fantasy world, like true fantasy world, suburban fantasy even, and it's like they get some chance to like experiment and do some world building. No, not really. Most of the world building is like they have like they have like a mashup of like fantasy and modern world, and the dragon at the very end that take the form of a school. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, but I still like that a lot.
It's like the one like big one where it's like, okay, this is what I've been looking for. Like that sort of like combination of like how would like a fantasy monster like this react to a suburban area? And it's like, yeah, of course. It takes the form of the school mascot. And it's like, yeah. Right.
I still love the angry eyes.
Yeah, the angry guy.
I love that. Oh! I take it back. There is something about the movie that I like less than either the Pixies or the kids not telling the mom.
Oh no.
That when they get back to the town and Ian has his fight with Barley, and then they make up because that's
dope. Yeah.
The mope and dope. God,
what is that? Hold on.
So here's why. So, I mean, I hate it enough, but what makes it like Bug's Life bad is that is when they mix in the really good moral of the movie, which is that even if you didn't have a father growing up, you can still have somebody pushing you forward like a father would.
Yeah.
Great moral. I love that moral. Mixing it in with the mope and dope misunderstanding that you know is gonna get resolved, but you still have to watch them have a fight.
And not only that, like the resolution, like the execution of that realization is like, we got it.
Yeah.
But it also
there should have been that like little snap thing, but like I said, like this movie just kept patting itself on the back because it was like going through all those little check boxes. Like, wait a minute, I did achieve all of this. I did play Cash. It was just with my brother. It's like, yes, we get it.
You don't need a whole moping and doping scene just because it's step 12 on Save the Cat, Dark Night of the Soul.
Yeah, you did look it up, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was like, it's literally a step used in all the movies, and I hate it.
Like the Dark Night of the Soul was done. Remember the other Dan Scanlon film, Monsters University? Remember their Dark Night of the Soul and the lake? Beautiful, beautiful. And it's like, God.
There's times where it's appropriate and times where it feels like you just put it in because the writers were like, hey, that's how they do it. That's how it's done.
And I remember like Count Rancid is one of those premises where it's like it's hard to complain about because it's like it's based on like the director's actual relationship with his like his father and his brother, and it's like that's so good for you. That's so brave.
Actually, that's another film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I just hated it. I was just like, that was the point where I tuned out of the movie and looked at my phone. That's.
I did. There was a point where I was like tuning out, partly because I suddenly remembered that I needed to check on Animal Crossing.
Yes.
But
don't forget the turnips.
I completely forgot about the turnip today. It's we're recording on a Sunday. I completely forgot about the turnip again.
It's just at that point, it's just so predictable and just like I really don't like it. Like they're trying to make a sad moment, but no, you're gonna have a even better sad moment a couple scenes later. So just stick with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You already have like a good like sad moment. Like the hug at the end, like that got me worked up a bit. Like the
same
here, honestly.
I don't remember the exact line, but something along the lines of when Barley says, "I'll distract him. You go meet Dad," and Ian says, "No, you go. I never met Dad. I don't have to say hello, but you have to say goodbye." Something like that.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure if that was the exact line. That would
it's
be
not the exact. I don't remember what it was exactly, but specifically,
that is a very
you
good
have
line,
to say
though.
goodbye. That's specifically.
Yeah.
And now that's good writing. That is.
Yeah, that is really good writing.
That's the top of Kirbyfan's head.
You see the interaction with the dad through very far away, and you don't hear them speak or anything. You just have them show them visuals, and you just see them talk. You see the father laugh, and then you see Barley hug his dad as he fades away, and the sun goes down.
And you even see Barley cry a little bit too.
That was powerful enough alone, honestly. And then you have a moment where they talk to each other, and he's like, and they have a joke about his wizard name or whatever, which is fine. It's cute.
Yeah, it's a good laugh.
It's a good laugh.
Yeah,
and then she's like, he also wanted me to give you this, and then they hug. And then it's that almost got me too. Yeah. I will say.
Yeah. I think I think what wound up breaking me was when like you saw Ian cry too. That's just like, you know, he gave up the chance to meet his dad with his dad not even knowing what he looked like, still, you know, thought to give him the hug that he never had, that he wanted all his life, and he broke. I think that's what got me.
Yeah, it's like a really It's like a good
subtle.
What is that?
Yeah, subtle.
Butter?
Subtle.
Oh, subtle.
no, I said butter.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I've been made the fool. Clearly. Yeah, because it's very much Ian's story here. It was part of why we don't hear the dad at the end there. It's because this is about that was about Barley, and Ian is just watching this from the sideline, and it honestly the meeting honestly feels more impactful that way when you don't know exactly what is being said.
Yeah, all we know is that they found the wizard name. Ian grew up to be a great kid thanks to Barley, and he gave him a hug.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
Yeah,
and that was all
they could have talked about it a little more, but you know they had the cute little lead-in with the wizard name, a good laugh, and then they got to the heart of it.
Yeah. That was all we needed. We did not need the
exactly. It was.
I trusted you too much. Whatever.
It was subtle.
Yes. Because there's things that really do work in this film. but there's other things that are just either meh or bleh.
It's not as good as the sum of its parts. I think it's the huge issue with it. It's not like there's a lot. There's definitely, you can definitely point to some good here, but it does not come together to a cohesive whole.
It's weird because I agree that it's not a cohesive whole, but usually these words sound very alike and people often mix them up, but it is a very coherent.
It's coherent.
But it is not cohesive.
It's not cohesive.
It's just weird because usually, like, not only do they sound alike, but they almost always fall hand in hand. But it's interesting, I guess. I'll give it that.
Yeah. I don't. There's hiccups here and there, but you follow along pretty well. It's very by the numbers, as we said in the beginning of this.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, is there anything else? Have we actually like made it?
We haven't really talked about the Manticore at all. Nor that scene either.
What is there to say about the Manticore?
She had a psychotic breakdown.
Yeah.
I like that she had the tattoo on the one arm. And then when the mom when the mom asked the follow-up question, she had like the explanation on her other arm.
They probably should have done like a big payoff where it's like she has the third question and she just flexed her shirt for the back tattoo.
Yeah. That would have been
Don't worry, I know where to find it. Shh. It's right in this map.
Yeah, like she has the map on her back.
I'm surprised it didn't do that.
Beyond that, like I said, like the Manticore by the end, like it was really just there for the sword.
Yeah.
Like she even there was even like fire breathing. She like fire breathing, and she has like a poisonous, a venomous scorpion tail, and the scorpion tail was really just there for the pawn shop. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a weird design of a person running the pawn shop too.
Oh yeah, it's like a goblin.
This is a weird comparison, but I hate to bring up this animation company because I don't like their movies. But has anyone seen the Illumination film Sing?
I know of the Illumination film Sing.
Is that the animal one with the pig?
It's karaoke animals. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But there in that character, there was a weird iguana whose eye kept falling off, and I don't know why.
Rango?
It's Rango!
It pretty much was an old lady, their version of Rango. And
I thought she looked cool.
But like, not character-wise, just look-wise. It was just like a stereotypical old lady. And I don't know why, look-wise, it reminded me of that character. Only Pixar and Rango handled it much better than Illumination did.
And like she was like the only one of that race, right? Of the goblin race in the movie.
I don't even know what she was. I didn't even know if she was a goblin.
According to Wikipedia, she's listed as a goblin, played by Tracy Ullman. And because of her like snake eyes, she's also like the evil one, and that's the only one we got. And
she's the twist villain.
Well, we got her, but we don't got time.
Nope. Before we end, I will praise Onward for not having a twist villain.
We might be out of that period. I really hope we are.
We'll see.
We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see.
We'll see if there's a twist villain of the afterlife again in Soul.
Again?
In Coco.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Come on, it's random in Coco. Obviously, he doesn't think very much of that movie.
Yeah.
It's not like it's my favorite on the top of the list still or anything. My favorite is obviously Onward.
Speaking of your favorite, final thoughts time.
Oh boy. Okay, I think I'll start.
Okay.
This movie was good. It was just good. Honestly, it's like I watched this like the day before, just so I could get myself like a good amount of time to think on the movie like I did with Toy Story 4. Where like after Toy Story 4, I rewatched Toy Story 1 just to make sure it's like no, it's not quite as good. After rewatching Onward, I had the exact same feeling that I did the first time I saw Onward. It was one of the least illuminating rewatches I've had in a while. I knew what I was expecting, and I got it, and it's just fine to me. It's like we said, it's not as good as the sum of its parts. There's some the brother relationship, that stuff works. And some of the suburban fantasy stuff works, but it just didn't really go far enough, and it just went way too by the numbers. I was gonna say even more by the numbers than Monsters University. I don't think I can go that far.
Yeah, no.
You're crazy if you think that.
Yeah, no. I still make a defense for Monsters University, but going against the norm, it does not. It's good. Let's do random. Do you want to do yours?
Well,
Sure.
actually, I would. This is weird. Okay, well, I don't want to go next, but just to follow up something that Wash said, I will go next. Unless Random really wanted to go next.
No, I was doing it just for courtesy because I always know you like going last. But if you don't want to, go ahead.
Yeah. I went first for CinemaSon a lot. I'm in that mood. I'll be going last for Edgar Wright probably. So, so Wash described Onward as not as good as the sum of its parts, and that's fair. What I described it as this at around the halfway point, I think, and I stand by this more than not the sum of its parts. I just say inconsistent. I think that what's good about it adds up, and what's not good about it like kind of adds up to make it inconsistent, which is why I don't really see it as not the sum of its part, like not like the good sum of its parts. You know what I mean? I mean it's really nitpicking. We're kind of getting to the same end goal that the movie could have been better. So it's really just nitpicking, but that's what I think about it. I still think it's good. Not an indifferent kind of good. Like, this is I'll defend the movie to an extent good, but I still don't think it's great. I still only think it's good. But I was surprised that there was a lot more that I thought worked in Onward compared to the first time I saw it. I remember the first time I saw it, I thought enough of it worked on a basic level to where I could like it, and that was kind of my thoughts. But there's a lot more here that I got into the second time watching, and I stand by this, and this is the big reason why I will never, ever understand anybody saying that Monsters U would be the better movie. This movie has a lot of heart. And I think one of the most important ingredients to a Pixar film, I was going to have an adjective in between that, but really just a Pixar film, is that, the soul needs to be there, the heart needs to be there. I know Soul is coming out random, don't make that joke.
I was holding back.
Well.
This is a call-out post.
Okay.
But, I liked it. I really liked it. This is definitely one of those movies that, I'm probably going to be one of the few that really likes it, but, I did.
Okay.
Random.
Yeah.
Who I just called out. You're up.
Yes, I agree. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Yes, is it like one of those mega awesome Pixar movies that people are gonna be talking about for ages? Maybe not. I think I agree. It does have a lot of issues. It does seem formulaic. The world isn't as expensive as it should be or could have been. But for what it is, I still enjoyed it. There weren't as many points where I was tuned out. There definitely weren't any points in the film where it physically hurt my brain to watch it, like other Pixar films have. I can think of a couple. Yeah, a lot of the characters were either funny or somewhat... The main characters, anyway, were somewhat memorable. I'd say the big highlight is, of course, Ian and Barley, and how they grow together, or just how Ian grows to respect Barley, pretty much. Animation still Pixar animation. I do think it's just default to say that Pixar's animation is good at this point.
Yeah.
Did you like the reason we don't talk about the animation is because it's just what can you say other than it's good?
Yeah, like if any of us were like had actually like studied like animation and animation techniques, we'd probably have a little more to say on that. But
unless there's something that really wows us or really
or like shocks
which is why we talk
Shocks
about
us.
the dragon taking the form of itself through the pieces of the school. That's why we freak out about that, because it really wowed us.
Yeah, exactly. And I still love that.
Yeah.
Is it my favorite Pixar film? You'll find out when I rank this, but
you said already it is your favorite. You said it already.
I think that was but I liked it. I liked it. I and now for the moment you've all been waiting for.
No,
do not.
Shut up, Tails. Anime.
Cinema Son never dies. We are doing rankings. We're finally saying it. We're finally doing.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
It's been. When was the last time we recorded?
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Yeah, I don't know.
What was it, like November? No.
Whenever the finale happened.
The finale was late October, early November. When we recorded it, at least.
Oh, okay. God, yeah. It's been like well over 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Whew. So I just remembered what I have to do every single time. Our average ranking as of the finale has been from the bottom up. Cars 2, then A Bug's Life, then Good Dinosaur, then Cars 3, then Ratatouille, then Monsters University, then Brave, then Toy Story 3, then Finding Dory, then Incredibles 2, then Toy Story 4, then Toy Story 2, then Cars, then Toy Story 1, then WALL-E, then Monsters Incorporated, then Up, then Finding Nemo, then Incredibles 1, then Coco, and at number 1 is Inside Out. And I do have to make a notice that we have Ratatouille and Monsters University tied. We have Brave and Toy Story 3 tied. And we have Incredibles 2 and Toy Story 4 tied.
Triple tie.
I mean, the one that matters is Brave and what was Monsters U?
No. But Brave is tied. Well, they're not tied with each other as they were insisting on being.
Yeah.
They are.
That's the tie that really mattered.
So I'm having a suspicion that Onward is going to break at least one of these ties.
I'd be very surprised if it didn't.
Me too.
Let's find out. So from the bottom up, I have Cars 2, Kirby, you have A Bug's Life, Random, you have A Good Dinosaur. I think we all know it. So is Onward better than any of those films?
What if I just said no? What would you guys say?
I would stop recording and just say, "Now listen to you." So
yes, it's better than the Good Dinosaur.
It's better than all of them.
It's better than all of them. Moving up, so I have a Cars 3. You two have Cars 2. Is Onward better than Cars 2?
Yes.
Okay, and it's definitely better than Cars 3. I was not nearly as fucking angry. I have A Bug's Life. Random has A Bug's Life. Kirby has Monsters University. I definitely say that this is better than A Bug's Life.
And I also agree with you. It's better than A Bug's Life.
And Kirby?
I literally said that I can't understand liking Monsters U more than Onward.
Moving on up. So, I have Brave. Kirby, you have The Good Dinosaur. Random, you have Cars 3. So, let's start with Kirby. Is Onward better than The Good Dinosaur?
Is it?
Literally the only reason I want to say no is because Random is on the call. That's legitimately the only reason I would say no, but yes, it's better.
Good.
Yeah. I definitely say that this is better than Brave, and Random, is this better than Cars 3?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on up. I have The Good Dinosaur. Kirby, you have Cars 3. And Random, you have Toy Story 3. I will start, just to get it out of the way. Yes. I still make my defense with the Good Dinosaur, mostly on being extremely fascinating to watch. Beyond that, it is at least Onward is coherent. Since we were talking about coherent and cohesion.
yeah.
Good Dinosaur is neither of those things. Random, is Onward better than Toy Story 3?
Yes.
Okay. And Kirby, is Onward better than Cars 3?
Yes.
Alright, moving on up. Random and I have Ratatouille. Kirby, you have Toy Story 4. Random, is Onward better than Ratatouille?
This is where it starts to get maybe a bit difficult. No, it doesn't. Yes, it's better than Ratatouille.
Okay, what made it not difficult?
What a bait and switch.
I would say just Remy.
Yeah, okay. That's it. That's good enough.
That's all I have to say.
That's fine. I will agree then that it is that Onward is better than Ratatouille. There's still some good with Ratatouille, but Remy gets pretty insufferable. it's mostly it's the narration. Why did Ratatouille need to be narrated?
He thanks us for the meal. Thank you for
the meal. That's a legendary Pixarspective moment at this
point. Kirby, is Onward better than Toy Story 4?
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on up. So, Random, you have Brave. Kirby, you have Ratatouille. And I have Toy Story 3. Kirby, is this film better than Ratatouille?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it the same reason or a different reason?
Thank you for the segue. Yeah, a big part of it is Remy.
Okay. Random, is this film better than Brave?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say that this film is better than Toy Story 3. Going up from there, Random and I both have Monsters University, the other Dan Scanlon film, while Kirby has Toy Story 3. Yeah, we'll start with Kirby on that, I think. Is Onward better than Toy Story 3?
Yes.
Okay. Random, is this better than Monsters University?
Is it?
Is it now?
Is it?
Honestly, the only reason I want to say no is because Kirbyfan. It's better than Monsters University.
Like, I don't hate Monsters University, okay?
I know you don't. I just wanted. The fact you said that line. Just
you did mention it, yeah. I although I don't remember. I didn't remember Kirbyfan ranking Monsters U so low, like lower than the Good Dinosaur.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's why we come back to Pixarspective, right?
Yeah. All right, and yeah, I'll definitely agree. I already said Monsters University is way too formulaic. The biggest problem with Monsters University is its middle act. The first act I was getting pretty into it. The last act I was actually like getting interested in, and it's like it has that great lake scene. The middle chunk,
It's so formulaic. It's so
Hey,
bad.
yeah, you know what? I've been mean to Monsters University. I know you two don't dislike the movie that much. I've been a real jerk.
God dang it.
all these iconic Pixarspective moments are coming back.
It's so nice to come back to all this. Okay, so moving up from there, random, you have Cars, Kirbyfan, you have Brave, and I have Finding Dory.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Phew. So yeah, this is the part of the list where it gets pretty tricky.
Yeah.
I think that Onward is better than Finding Dory. The best part of Finding Dory is Dory. Unfortunately, there's the rest.
Dang.
It gets rough. So Kirbyfan, is Onward better than Pixar's other fantasy film, Brave?
Oh yeah, true.
Mhm.
Anyways, yes, I think it's better.
Okay. Was this difficult or no?
It hasn't gotten difficult yet, but while we're talking about, since you started it, I'll elaborate a bit, I guess. This is part of the fun.
Yeah.
Brave. Shoot, you stole it. You mentioned Brave having the mother-daughter thing.
Mhm.
That's a very good point of comparison, and I think the mother-daughter thing was flawed but good. The brother thing was flawed, yeah, but more unique, I think. I think they had Ian and Barley, I think, were a lot more charming, and that's where a lot of my preference for Onward comes in.
Yeah.
There also weren't any triplets in Onward. There was a dragon dog, but there were no triplets, so that's pretty nice. There also weren't any maids with ginormous boobs for no reason.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah. This wasn't hard.
I will also add.
Look, I don't mind large knockers. I just don't like them for no reason.
You gotta set up and pay off your large knockers.
Yeah, we're talking about setup and payoff for Onward.
I will add that with the mother-daughter relation in Brave, it doesn't suddenly go to the back seat once the mother turns into a bear. Random. You have Cars.
I do.
Is Onward better than Cars?
Regardless of what you say, Random, I'm here.
I know you're here. I didn't expect to be the first to go, no.
Ooh. Okay. That's interesting. Why do you say that?
I know.
You'd have to elaborate. You have to elaborate.
I know.
I'm curious. I'm curious.
I don't know why. I have fond more. Yes, the bond between Ian and Barley are great, and this may change later. Honestly, this is a very questionable ranking change. I don't know. Has anyone? Oh God, I don't know. I wrote this down and I don't know why.
Wow.
Are you what have you decided on?
Do you want us to get back to you?
Yes.
Okay.
We've done this before.
Then since you're waiting to make that decision, we'll move up. So I have Incredibles 2, and Kirby, you have Finding Dory. So I will start with you. Is Onward better than Finding Dory?
Yes.
Ooh, okay. There was also, I'm guessing this also wasn't the point where it got difficult.
Not quite yet.
Okay, all right. Then I will say for Incredibles 2, I had my issues with Incredibles 2, and yeah, it's I just wasn't as hooked into the plot with Incredibles 2 that it was just it got kind of scattered for me. So Inside Out beats it up.
Now,
Inside Out. Inside Out.
Incredibles 2. And Onward. Onward.
Wait.
Who?
I'm
wins
so
now?
lost. You
Okay,
were talking
okay.
about Incredibles 2.
Okay.
Then you said Inside Out beats it out. Then you and then you said Incredibles 2, and then you said Onward. I am
Now I'm
so
confused.
lost.
I'm so lost too. Who was better, Incredibles 2 or Onward?
Incredibles
Inside
2
Out.
or Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2 is better than Onward and Inside Out?
You heard it here, folks. Rank change.
Rank change.
But okay, Incredibles 2 is better than Onward. Explain.
No. That's not what I said.
So Onward, wait, oh my god. So Onward is better than Incredibles 2.
I just said that like the plot of Incredibles 2 is too scattershot for me. The characters just don't pay off in a way that I like in Incredibles 2. Onward, as flawed as it is, it at least has that for me. So Onward beats out Incredibles 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
You better not edit this out.
I really, really want to.
Well,
You
better
better
not.
You
We will
better
not.
not.
Pixarspective will be canceled.
If I can make Rancid disconnecting work in the Sonic episode, you can make this work.
Yes.
I will consider it. Moving on up. Now, Kirbyfan, you have Incredibles 2, and I have Cars.
No.
This was where it got really, genuinely difficult. I'm at the exact same point with Random right now.
Yeah.
Where
It
this-
wasn't
only
hard
I-
for me. If you want me to go,
Yeah,
this is
you
still
go
pretty
right
easy.
ahead. I have it listed there, but you go on ahead first.
So just to make sure our lists match, you said Incredibles 2, right?
Yes, I did Incredibles 2.
Okay, good. Onward is better.
Okay. And this does not sound difficult for you.
No, it's not. Look, I love Incredibles. I love the characters. Incredibles 2 is pretty much carried. It's very similar to Onward in a way that I think it's carried by kind of just the strength of its main characters. I think Incredibles 2, I don't think it had particularly good side characters, but it had some fun ones like Violet and stuff. I really like Violet in Incredibles 2. It's just, I think Onward had the stronger message. I think Onward had a lot more heart to it, and that's kind of, the heart has been carrying Onward a lot for me, I understand, but when you have something like Onward that legitimately has, a strong moral that can connect with people who are in Ian's situation, it's still, managed to be a fun ride, inconsistent, but fun. I'll take that over, they changed math!
They can't change math. So, it then goes to me. I think Onward is better than Cars. And I'm just not as big of a fan of Lightning McQueen. I can at least get behind Ian and Barley. They have good chemistry together. And they work for me. More so than Lightning McQueen being pretty dickish. Alright. So, moving on up.
Random, have you made up your mind yet?
Have you made up your mind?
We have an issue of complications at the moment because I'm staring at my list and I'm tempted to do a rank change.
To something else?
Like, I'm tending to switch to movies in spots that isn't Onward.
Okay. Because I remember you did that.
Do you want to? That's fine. It's fine if you want to do that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we've done, because I'm pretty sure we've done like a rank. We did. We did a rank change in the middle of the finale episode. Where like a week later, you changed your mind about something.
I don't know why.
It could very well be the same film, and we just don't realize.
For what my order is, I put Finding Dory over Cars, and I don't know why I did that. I want to change it.
Why?
Sorry. I love the condescending tone.
No,
Hearing that
it wasn't
directed at somebody
condescending.
else. Oh man.
It was not condescending. Oh, I'm sorry. That sounded condescending.
Why?
I genuinely thought it was not supposed to.
I am so used to hearing that directed at me, hearing that directed at another person.
Okay. The more I think about it, the more I'm looking at Finding Dory, I'm like, it's good, but Dory, like you said, Dory and Hank were the only good things about it, and I like the story of Cars more, and I like the message of Cars more, and also it could be, yeah, I don't know, just something about it just doesn't feel right. Me having Finding Dory over Cars.
Okay. Did you make a decision on like where Onward is placed on there, or do you want us to go to?
Onward is higher than Finding Dory. I will say that.
Oh, okay. That's so you're back where you started.
Now it's back. Yes.
Do you want to elaborate?
Dory and Hank are great, but I think the bond between Ian and
Barley.
Why did I forget his name? Ian and Barley are.
Are
even
you
though
sure
I can't
you like
remember
it more
his
than
name,
Finding Dory?
Yes, I do. I think the bond between them is better than Dory and Hank, and also no Marlin and Nemo.
Okay.
Because one good duo
forget
is
about
better
Marlin and Nemo.
I
It's
mean,
what you do best.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. That line should have been. There's no lines like that in Cars.
Something important. oh, tangent. But do you remember when Wash stole something important from me at the very end? I shout, "No!" and then I disconnect. I miss Pixarspective.
Me too, but there's not much we could do. All right, so I'm back where I'm started.
Okay. Do you need more time? We can go. We can still do our list.
No. I'm sorry, Kirbyfan. I take back what I said. I think Onward's better than Cars.
Okay, interesting.
Elaborate.
I do think the moping is less in Cars, but I like Ian and Barley better than my Lightning McQueen. I do.
Okay.
Well,
and I thought about the world building.
Lightning and Mater.
Yes, Lightning and Mater, but they're nice, and they're better than Cars 2 for sure, but it's just not as special as a bond. You don't see Mater and Lightning McQueen car hugging in the end of Cars.
Car hugging.
I don't know.
I don't want to
do
see
that. They
a
just
car
like have
hug.
their wheels on the other's wheels.
I do not
You
want to see
can't car hug. It would be like,
Hey, fans of Work in Progress, draw that fan art.
you can't make that work though, because the front of the car doesn't turn like human body does.
Moving on.
It's better than Cars. It's better than Cars.
Is it, however, because we moved up the list, because now you've joined our level, is Onward better than Incredibles 2?
I am going to say
Do you need more time?
No.
You don't think Onward is better than Incredibles 2?
As of now, no.
Why?
I liked a lot, even though there is annoying Jack. I do like the characters, Incredibles 2. I liked how I do like a lot of the interactions with the family. I love how Bob is with, even though Jack's annoying, I love how he is as a stay-at-home father. Edna Mode is just wonderful. Frozone is wonderful. Oh my god, there was the nose scene with Violet. I used that GIF on my server a couple days ago, and I was so happy I had an opportunity to use it.
It's nasty.
It's so nasty, but it's so funny. It's like a cartoon.
This is
Funny
some good
that.
water.
As of now, and this may change, I think Incredibles 2 is better than Onward.
Okay.
And that I know that probably shook a lot of things up.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out.
Some ties may be gone because of that, but it's okay.
We'll find out. Because in the meantime, Kirbyfan and I, we both have Toy Story 2. Also, at this point, Random, you have Toy Story 2.
Yeah, but
you would have it.
You do still have it, but it's like you're already past that. You're out of the ranking discussion. Kirbyfan, is Onward better than Toy Story 2?
So this is where it got hard.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So, quiz time. Hope you bought your pencils.
Oh, I did not.
Who remembers during Pixarspective how many movies didn't get past Toy Story 2?
Oh my God.
And what was the reason for it?
It was because no Pixar movie was as funny as Toy Story 2 in Europe.
Bingo! I think Toy Story 2 is better than Onward because Toy Story 2, funniest Pixar film, one of the funniest movies. Every time I see that, I'm burst out laughing. It's just, there's so many laughs. Nothing in Onward comes close to Buzz and Potato Head and Slinky and Rex. When Rex loses his video game strategy guide and he starts freaking out.
My source of power!
My source of power. When Mr. Potato Head sees all the Barbies, he goes, I'm a married man, I'm a married man, I'm a married
spud, I'm a married spud.
I'm a married spud, I'm a married spud.
Oh, rest in peace. Oh.
Oh, so funny. And I mean, Toy Story 2 had heart also. It's not like, the movie was devoid of soul. I like the message that, you could be immortalized or you could make one person happy, and, making that one person happier than you make those millions of people. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny.
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, you gotta be really good. Although, I will add one final note is that, I had, I separate mine by tiers, and I had, everything from Brave through Toy Story 2. I had that in the upper mid-tier, and, other movies in the lower mid-tier, but I did not have a normal mid-tier. But I will at least say that I like Onward and more enough than The Incredibles 2, to where I actually did wind up splitting it. Now I actually do have a normal mid-tier. And then Toy Story 2 and Onward are by themselves in the upper mid. So I at least will say I liked Onward that much more than Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now it is me alone.
Good luck.
Well,
Good luck.
Because honestly, if you can't go back to anything because there's nothing to go back to.
Yeah.
The big problem right now is that it's been well over a year since we watched Toy Story 2. Well over a year. I'm trying to remember, obviously there's all the, funny stuff. I'm just trying to remember what I enjoyed, overall about Toy Story 2.
The YouTube poop.
The YouTube. I'm a fish.
No, I'm not.
I can't remember. It's been so long I don't remember that much about Toy Story 2.
That's the problem with returning to Pixarspective like this. Cause
I don't know. Like, I spent so long freaking out about these rankings that, I remember everything.
I'm trying to remember, what my issues were with Toy Story 2. Because I remember, disagreeing with you that I actually liked Jessie. I think this is gonna be the cutoff point here. I don't think it's I think the main thing is that it has a better cast of characters. I aside from the prospector who is just boring. This is Toy Story 2 has a really good cast of characters. That might have been something that Onward needed more of. Because the people we got was just mostly one note. Beyond the main characters. Just like
to steal a quote from Rancid, I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember exactly, but to steal a quote from Rancid, Toy Story 2 has that constant warming presence of Al.
Oh, good old Al. He has to drive all the way to work
on a Saturday. On a Saturday.
All the way to work.
You really don't get it. I can't think of anything in Onward as good as Al.
Exactly. I talk about how funny Buzz and the others are, but, Al, so funny.
That's it.
Yeah.
We've done it.
We did it. Until Soul.
Yes. And now I've it's doing the drum roll, did the numbers, crunched it in.
The worst drum roll I've ever heard.
Because I don't know if anyone's actually going to join in. And we have, from the bottom up, Cars 2 at 5 points, A Bug's Life at 7 points, The Good Dinosaur at 10 points, Cars 3 at 11, Ratatouille at 19, Monsters University at 19, Brave at 20, Toy Story 3 at 20, Finding Dory at 28, Incredibles 2 at 33, Toy Story 4 at 34. That was the other tie. That was the third tie. That's now broken. Onward at 35, Cars at 39, Toy Story 2 at 39.
Oh my god! This cycle never ends.
It never does. Oh boy.
This is the worst list I've ever heard.
It's like we can't make up our minds. Toy Story 1 at 46, WALL-E at 48, Monsters Incorporated at 49, Up at 55, Finding Nemo at 56, Incredibles at 61, Coco at 62, Inside Out is the winner at 63 points. So, there we go. We lost one, we gained another.
Hey, you know what? You win some, you lose some, right?
Oh, that's it. We did it.
Yeah, we did.
Yep. Pixarspective was back for
an episode.
Yeah, for one episode for probably about an hour and a half. Easy come, easy go.
Yep. And it's by the looks of the state of things, this might be the last Pixarspective episode of the year.
Maybe when we find out what happens with Soul.
Yeah. We'll definitely keep you abreast with that. We'll be there for the first impressions whenever that will come, and maybe Pixar will be brave enough to actually slap it onto Disney Plus as well. We shall see. It was nice to be back.
Yeah. I missed Pixarspective. It's what we started with when we all had worse mics.
It's the one we started with. It's the one that got us really kind of developed our podcasting voice, if you will. And I think we're still trying to replicate Pixarspective with the CinemaSon.
I think we're doing good with CinemaSon. I like it.
Yeah.
It'll be more fun when we're able to rank the films, which we will be in one episode.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
That is as of now. That is supposed to be the next episode, the one that comes out 2 weeks from whenever this one releases. Because
I want anime.
I right now I have finally finished all of the anime films. So I'm ready for a ranking.
I'm the only one who's behind.
Yes.
I've watched 2.
We all know we rank Sonic on the top. We don't have to bother with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Although,
Right.
real talk, the Sonic episode is the best episode.
Yeah. and
Oh
so-
God.
honestly, it is. Not even the one I was talking about. The lost one. The dub is the best.
Yeah.
I
The Lost Media one was
liked
really
it.
good too. I'm sad that I lost it, but
Yeah, the lost one
It
was
cre-
really fun.
Because you lost it, we created something even greater.
exactly. That's the way
Yeah.
that I look at it.
Yeah, it's a gem. Definitely, if you're listening to this, go to our YouTube channel, and give it a listen. We also have a Twitter account, a barely updated Twitter account, at WRK Podcast, work in progress, of course. And that's where we usually post when the next episodes come out. So definitely give us a follow if you're listening. And
Yes.
Go to our YouTube channel and look up That's Daddy's Rocket.
And on that note,
yep,
uh,
it's we're back where we
we're back where we were.
with
Yeah.
the finale
Soul's
where it's like we're actually like leaving this for now.
Soul is coming out, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Do you think it's going to be delayed again? It depends on a lot of things. I don't wanna-
Random,
I don't-
we're not hearing your opinion on this.
Okay, that's fine. Fine. I don't want to be wrong. I don't get a chance to be wrong or right. I'm okay with that.
Exactly.
I'll take what I get. You guys.
I mean,
Can
my
leave an
opinion, like I said, we'll get to it when we get to that when we get to that for, the reference, but that's legitimately my take on it.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Uh,
when it comes, it comes. Yeah.
honestly, yes. But as of now, it has been fun to revisit Pixarspective memories.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate talking to you both about Pixar films once again.
Oh,
This was fun.
this was a lot of fun. I've been to Wash.
I'm Random Bystander here.
And I'm ready to get back to anime, baby.
Oh, I was expecting you to make an Onward joke. Like,
Nah. Pixar is 30 seconds ago. Anime is now.
I thought you were gonna say, "I'm working hard or hardly working."
That's
I
why.
would-
That's why.
I didn't want to say this in the recording, but a few hours ago, the final movie I rewatched was a silent voice, and that was a terrible mistake because that's all I can think about now.
That was
I
a
meant-
terrible idea. Why didn't you do what Random is doing and watch it after?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't-
do- I mean, I gotta record something after this, but wait, are we still record? Are we? Did you guys turn it off? 'Cause
I mean, we can. Okay, let's turn it off now. I don't know.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.